MBO style is appropriate for knowledge-based enterprise when a staff is competent. If your staff is competent, the MBO is appropriate for knowledge-based enterprise. It is appropriate in situations where you wish to build the employees management and self-leadership skill and have creativity and initiative. MBO is also used by chief executives of multinational corporations for the country managers abroad. So it can be used by the chief executives of multinational corporations for the country managers abroad. So that is what use. Then the smart method. Smart method means the goal should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, it should be relevant, and it should be a time bound. So I already told you it's a smart way of doing the work. Smart means here the specific, measurable, achievable, then relevant and the time bound. So it is all with respect to the smart method, smart goals. With MBO came the concept of smart goals. That is goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time bound. So balance between the management and the employee empowerment. Balance between the management and employee empowerment. So how to maintain the balance between the management and the employee empowerment? The thing is the balance between the management and the employee empowerment has to be struck not by thinker by practicing manager. Turning their aims into successful actions forces the manager to master five basic operations. So both the employees as well as the manager they have to master in five basic operations. One is setting objective, second one how to organize a group, third one how to motivate and communicate in the individual within that particular organization, how to measure the performance and how to develop the people. So these are the five basic operations. If any organization is failed in this kind of duty, automatically is not having good relation with the employees. So that is meaning for that. So we have to set the objective, we have to organize a group, we have to motivate and communicate the group, and we have to measure the performance of a particular individual and developing the people. So developing the people. So we have to develop the people. So that is a balance between the management and the employee empowerment. Then MBO key advantages and disadvantages. Advantages means continuously continuously emphasize what should be done in organization to achieve the organizational goals. So I know very well that this is my organizational goal. So in order to achieve that organizational goal, what I have to done. So what I have to do, that should be emphasized first. That should be emphasized first. And and so MPO provides a process secures employee commitment to attain the organizational goal. So with the help of the MBO process, you can secure the employee commitment and you can attain the organizational goals. So that is also one of the important with respect to MBO. Then disadvantages, the development of objective can be time consuming. So if you want to create any objective by means of consultation with the employee, it will take a longer time consuming and leaving both manager and employee less time with which to their actual work. So leaving both manager and employee less time in which to do their actual work. So they won't find time to go for MBO. So to go for MBO, leaving both the manager as well as employee less in time in which they do their actual work. So it's not possible at all. So what I may be the thing, if you want to make your employee empowered, if you want to make your employee to get satisfied, automatically, if you want to make a decision, that should be consulted with the other department. So that's very important with respect to MBA, MBO. So that is a important grasp with respect to the point. Right. So the next.
So I have a doubt.
Yes.
Are you following the textbook?
I'm not following the textbook. I am having a PPT on my own.
Okay.
Hmm?
I got textbook from the university.
Oh,
I didn't.
okay. Okay.
Um, so,
Based on the syllabus, I am taking.
okay, okay.
based on the syllabus. So
Mm.
in your syllabus, you're having MBO, you're having MBE, then functions of manager. So
Yeah,
likewise,
I
isn't
found
it?
MBO in this textbooks, but
Uh,
it's not at first.
yes,
That's
yes.
why I'm asking. Okay, I'm clear. Sorry.
What's your doubt? Excuse me, what's your doubt, ma'am?
Sir, I'm asking that are you following our textbook or not? Now I'm
No,
clear my doubt.
I
Okay,
am
okay.
not following a textbook. I am following a syllabus. That's all.
Ah, okay, okay.
Based on the syllabus, I'm having a PPT because professor that is the coordinator in the morning session itself, he said that I am a MBA teacher,
Okay,
right?
okay. Okay, thank
I'm having n number of PPTs with respect to the management concept. So based on that PPT, I'm taking the classes. So I am
okay.
not following your books. I am following I am following your syllabus. That's all. So they have
Okay.
given certain concepts like MBO, MBE, then functions of manager, approaches of management, nature. So everything I'm having in my PPT. So based on that PPT, I am taking the classes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then this is MBE, that is a management by exception. So it's a policy by which management devotes its time to investigating only those situations in which actual results differ significantly from planned results. So we planned a certain thing, we planned certain things, but it is not possible in all circumstances we can achieve that planned results. So the actual results may differ in certain situations. So at that time, we have to devote our time to investigate the situation. So that thing will be called as management by exception. Management by exception. Management by exception means we having a planned results. For example, today I have to produce 1,000 units of material, right? So the actual results may be 500 units. So now I have to investigate why I produce only 500 units. So I have to devote my time and I have to investigate why I produce only 500 units. So if we are doing so, it will be called as management by exception. And we must have the policy in our organization. We must have a policy in our organization. So that's very important because then only we can come to know that we are lagging in this area. So that is very important. So we must know as a normal in a normal walks of life, we must know we know that we have one planned results and the actual results may get varied. Now we have to make an investigation why this happens, and we have to devote our time to for investigation. So if you are doing so, it will be called as management by exception. Again, this word coined by Frederick Winslow Taylor, and attention and priority is given only to material deviation requiring investigation correction. It is a part of motivation and control technique. So we have to give attention and we have to give priority for material deviation, and we have to go for investigation and we have to correct that. So it is a part of motivation as well as the control techniques, and is objective to facilitate the management focus on really important tactical and strategic tasks. So the top level management, they are going to take it decisions of strategy decision, and the middle level management, they are going to take a tactical decision. So they have to give importance for that. Why this happened? Why it's not happened? So we have to think it over that. So that is with respect to MBE. Then significance of MBE. So significance means the importance. Why we have to give importance for MBE? Proper and timely decision making and appropriate flow of action on the employees' activities. So we have to take a decision properly, and it should be on a timely basis, and the flow of action should be appropriate, and we have to get the employees' activity in a positive manner. So it is one of the importance of MBE and better utilization of manager's time. So you have to use your manager's time in a better way. So um, after utilizing the manager's time, you can come across, you can bring out what kind of managerial actions are needed. So likewise, you can make analysis and easy identification of discrepancies. Why the discrepancies occurs, how it occurs, what's the discrepancy. Discrepancy means the difference. I already told you, no, I already told you that I already told you today I have to produce 1000 units. Suppose if I produce only 500 units, that will be called as a discrepancy and it should be easily identified. So that's very important. And benefit to customers since MB takes it easier for business to grow and improve service rather than use valuable resources on routine tasks. So with the help of a MB, you can make your business to grow and you can improve your service. So if you are improve your business and if you are improve your service, automatically it will be the benefit for the customer. So that's very important. That's why they are giving importance for both the MBO as well as the MBE. So MBO means both the employees as well as the manager they sit together and they frame the objectives. So that is MBO. Management by exception means there will be, suppose for example the planned results are there and the actual results are there. If the plan if actual results meet the planned results, no problem. If the actual results doesn't meet with the planned results, we have to take a corrective measures. So that corrective measures will be called as a MBE, right? So here is the identification of discrepancy. Discrepancy means the difference and benefit to customer. If you are if with the help of MBE, if you are developing the business or if you are improving the service, automatically it will be the benefit for customer. So that is the significance of MBE. So here you have types of exception. Types of exceptions which are identified managed to MBE. Problems below standard performance and results. Opportunities above standard performance and results need to be standardized and solve time, need to be identified and tapped. So that is with respect to the two types of exception. So the problem below standard below standard performance and results. Below standard performance and results. Opportunities means above standard performance and results. So for example, I have to produce 1000 units. If I produce only 500 units, it will be a problem. If I produce 1500, it will be called as an opportunity. Need to be standardized and solved in time. So based on the situation, based on the time, it should be strategized in a proper way, and it should be solved. And need to be identified and tapped. So everything that is need to be identified means the opportunities that should be identified and it should be tapped. So then while the organization may go in a right direction. Then process of MBE, identifying and specifying key result areas. You simply call it as KRA. There is a KRA, key result areas. Setting standards and outlining permissible deviation. So you have to set the standard and you have to outline the permissible deviation. So there should not be massive deviation. It should be permissible deviation. So that should be allowed and compare the actual results with the standard. So actual results are there and and the standards are there. It should be compared and computing analyzing the deviation. So with the help of the results, it should be computed and analyze why the deviation occurs. Then identify performance appraisal, that is critical deviation KRA. That is, you have to adopt non-permissible points, and that is a critical evaluation KRA. Then strategizing and take corrective actions. So you have to take corrective actions, and you have to strategize the corrective actions. So this is the process of MBE. Then variance analysis and management by objectives, management by exception. Variance analysis and the performance reports are important elements of MBE. MBE aims at directing the manager attention towards those parts of organization where plans are not working out for one reason or other. So why the variance occurs? So I already told that planned results are there and the actual results are there, and we have to make analysis. So that analysis will be called as a variance analysis. So that is with respect to that point. If actual results do not conform to the budget and to standard, the performance reporting system send a signal to the management that an exception has occurred. So actual results are there, and it should confirm with the budget. And if there is no confirm with the budget, automatically it will be called as an exception. So that is important thing. For example, normally our Tamil Nadu government as well as Indian government, they frame only the partial objective. Suppose, sorry, Tamil Nadu government as well as பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, they will they will prepare a budget. So both Tamil Nadu government as well as Indian government, they prepare a budget, and the budget always they prepare a budget with a deficit. So deficit because they are going to spend some amount for infrastructure that may vary. So that may vary. So if the actual results do not conform with the budget, so they are prepared one budget and the actual results may vary. So in that situation, they have to do the analysis why this variance occurs, and they have to take a corrective actions. So that will be called. So that's why will be called as a management by exception. So this all with respect to management by exception. Again, I am saying management by exception. Management by exception means planned results are there, actual results are there. Planned results should match with the actual results. If the planned results does not match with the actual results, there is a we can come to conclusion that there is a deviation. If there is any deviation, we have to spend our time to investigate the situation. So that's very important. For example, in our normal walks of life, we prepare one plan and the execution may differ. So now we have to analyze, we have to make an investigation, we have to make an investigation why the planned results does not match with the actual results. So if you are spending time to analyze this kind of situation, automatically it will be called as management by exception. And this word MBE was coined by Frederick Winslow Taylor. And attention and priority given only to material deviation. So the attention priority will be given to only material deviation and the current investigation action. It is a part of motivational and control technique, and is objective to facilitate the management focus on really important tactical and strategic tasks. So the thing is, the management should focus on that, and they have to give importance for strategic and tactical tasks. So that's very important. The significance of MBE means the importance of MBE. Importance of MBE means there should be proper and timely decision making and appropriate flow of action and employees activity. So that decision making should be on a timely basis, and it should be very proper, and the appropriate flow of action and employees activity. So the employees action as well appropriate flow, appropriate activity should be appropriate flow of action and employee activities. So that is one of the significance of the MPE. The second one, better utilization of managers' time by bringing to their attention only those conditions that appear to need managerial action. So that is the thing. So you have to utilize a manager's time. So in order to bring the attention why the variance has occurred. So the third one is the identification of discrepancy. So discrepancy means difference. I already told you planned results are 1000, actual results are 500. So the discrepancy, the difference is 500 units. So we have to identify the discrepancy, why this discrepancy occurs. So if you are identify the discrepancy, automatically you are going to start grow your business and you are going to improve each service. If you are doing so, automatically the customer will get benefited. If the customer get benefited, automatically we can come to conclusion that there is no MBE. So that is with respect to the significance of MBE. Types of exception. So types of exception may be one is problems, the other one is opportunities. Problem is below standard performance and results. If your standard performance and results are below, automatically it will be a problem. So in that situation, need to be strategized and solved in time. So you have to make a PACA plan and you have to solve that within that particular time period. And the opportunity above standard performance and results. So if your standard performance are more than the, that is if your actual results are more than the planned results, automatically it should be identified and it should be tapped. So that is the types of exception. So process of MBE, identifying and specifying key result areas. So identify and specifying key result area, that is the KRA. So setting standards and outlining permissible division. So you have to set the standard and you have to outline the permissible division, not impermissible division, permissible divisions. Right? So that is setting standards and outlining permissible division, not impermissible. So I have to produce, that is the planned results of 1,000 units, and the permissible deviation may be 100. If the deviation is more than 50%, it is not correct. And compare the actual results with the standard. So you have to compare actual results with the standard. So after comparing the actual results with the standard, you have to compute and analyze the deviation, why the deviation occurs. So and we have to compute that and identifying non-permissible, that is critical deviation in KRA. So sometimes and we have to identify non-permissible deviation, and that is critical deviation in career, and strategizing and taking corrective action. So after you found out the deviation, you have to strategize and you have to take a corrective action. So this all with respect to the pros of the MBE. Variance analysis and management by exception. Variance analysis means why this variance occurs and what is the performance report with respect to MBE. So MBE aims at directing the manager's attention towards those parts of organization where plans are not working out for one reason or other. Why the plans are not working out? So what may be the reason? The reason may be one or it may be where one or multiple. So whatever may be the reason. So the manager attention is to take part. So the MB will direct the manager's attention to various parts of the organization why the plans are not working out for one reason or other. It should be identified by the manager. And if actual results do not confirm with the project, if the actual result is not confirmed with the project and the standards of performance reporting system sends a signal to the management, there is an exception has occurred. So this all with respect to MBE. Okay, then then social responsibility. So you may come across the term called CSR, that is a corporate social responsibility. So as a business organization, you are running your business organization in this society and you have to be responsible for this society. So that thing That is a CSR, that is corporate social responsibility. So every organization, they are following this kind of practice, corporate social responsibility. They have to do something for the society. They have to do something for the society. So the first, that is Infosys Narayan Murthy. You know very well that Infosys Narayan Murthy, he adopted one village as a CSR activity. Now even the educational institution, they are doing the CSR activity by means of doing something for the society. For example, in the schools as well as the colleges, you are having NSS, NCC and all. So you must be responsible to the society and you have to do something for the society because you are in the society. So likewise, for a business, they are having the social responsibility. They having the social responsibility and they have to do something for the society. So that is social responsibility. So business and society. Business depends on society. Business depends on society for money, men, skill, market. So without these four, you cannot run your business. So you have to um, give importance for money. You have to give importance for men. You have to give importance for skills. You have to give importance for markets. So it's all that depends on society. The business fully depends on society. Social responsibility, obligation and commitment of manager to take steps for protecting, improving society's welfare, along with protecting their own interests. So, social responsibility means obligation and commitment of manager to take steps. Obligation and commitment of manager to take steps for protecting, improving the society's welfare. In order to protect the society's welfare and in order to improve the society welfare, we have to take a set of steps, such as steps, and not only that, we have to protect our own interests also. We have to protect our own interests also. So this is with respect to the social responsibility. The thing is, you must have an obligation, you must have a commitment, right? You must have an obligation, you must have a commitment of manager, and you have to take necessary steps to protect and improving the society's welfare, along with the protecting their own organization, along with the protecting their own interests. So that is a social responsibility. Here you just see the social responsibilities of business. So business, you just see the center around business. So they have to give importance for employees, they have to give importance for owner, they have to give importance for community, give importance for customer, give importance for government. So this is all the responsibility of business, responsibility of business, social responsibility of business. You have to give importance for employees, you have to give importance for owner, you have to give importance for community, your customer, your government. So it's all with respect to the social responsibilities of business. So the to the owners, so how the social responsibility of business to the owners? The business should be managed profitably. So for whatever may be the business, for the owners, willingness is they have to manage a business profitably and they have to get a fair and regular return on capital. Fair and regular return, regular fair, that should be fair return as well as a regular return on capital. And capital should be appreciated. For example, if you are spending 10 lakh rupees and the next day it comes around 20 lakhs, means it will be called as a capital appreciation. And the financial position of a business should be consolidated. Yes, financial position of a business should be consolidated. It should be put in one format. So that will be called as a consolidation. Company should build its image and reputation in the market. Company company they should not build they will build image and they will build a reputation in the market with respect to the particular product. Suppose suppose with respect to the particular product, they have to build its image and reputation in the market with respect to the particular product. So suppose for example, you may have a fridge in your home. Suppose if a fridge is not in a working condition and you are taking that fish to your medical shop. So if they are doing so to the medical shop, if they are doing so, automatically it will improve the image as well as reputation in the market. So that is with respect to the owner. Then with the help of an employee to the employees, fair selection, training and promotion. So fair selection, you know very well that right person for the right job. After selecting the right person for the right job, that particular employee will be trained, and after giving training to the employee, it should be that is the employee should be promoted and fair wages and incentive. So you have to provide, that is the management should provide fair wages and incentive to their worker, and working conditions should be very safe and it should be very comfortable, and labor welfare schemes are there. So as per the Factories Act 1948, you must have the labor welfare schemes. So labor welfare schemes means you have to do something for the laborers. For example, providing spittoons, latrines and urinals, restrooms, shelters, likewise. So it's all the labor welfare schemes. So you have to do something for this kind of people, and proper recognition, appreciation, and encouragement of special skills. For example, if you're having a special skills, if you're having a special skills, it should be properly recognized, it should be properly appreciated, and it should be properly encouraged. And installation of effective grievance handling system. So if you're having good efficient grievance handling system, automatically automatically there will not be any problem in our organization. So that is one of the important thing. And to consumer, supply goods at a reasonable price. So you should not stop the uh, that is supply goods at a reasonable price. So as a um, organization, they have to supply the goods at a reasonable price to the consumer. So that's very important, and they have to provide a after sales service. After sales service, it's all the social responsibility. So you have to provide after sales service, and you have to avoid creation of artificial scarcity. So you know very well that last 2 or 3 weeks back, tomato price was so much of high. So it is because of artificial scarcity. So that should not be happen, and not to give false advertisement. Nowadays we know very well that certain for in a certain advertisement they are giving only the false advertisement. So then producing and distributing only quality goods. So we have to produce the quality goods, and we have to distribute the quality goods to the consumer. Then to ensure that the product supply has no adverse effect. So you have to ensure whether the product supply is having negative impact or not. So that is with respect to the consumer, providing the same weight, composition, etc. of the product as marked on the package. So everything should be marked in the package itself. So you have to provide the same weight, composition, etc. of the product as marked on the package. Then you have to provide the full information to the consumer. So yeah, you have to provide full information about the to the consumer. So that is one of the important thing. Then to improve the product distribution. So you have to improve the product distribution, and to hear and address genuine grievances of the consumer. So you have to, that is the grievance, that is the consumer. Suppose if they are having any grievance, it should be given to the genuine grievance investigator. So then why it is possible to go for genuine investigator, and understand the customer needs and satisfy them. So you have to understand your customer and needs, and the needs to satisfy them. So that's very important thing. And the community means to prevent environmental pollution and preserve ecological balance. So this is also the social responsibility. You have to prevent the environmental pollution, and you have to prevent the ecological issues. So this all with respect to the social responsibility towards the business, and assigning overall department and locality. So overall, assisting overall development and locality. So for example, if you are locating your employee near remote area. Okay, you have to assist for overall development and you have to assist for overall locality development. That's very important. So you know very well that most of the companies are located in the rural areas. Why? Because in the sense, if you are locating your company in a rural area, automatically it will be benefit for the particular organization because of the government will provide certain incentive subsidy to the company. So that's why most of the company they have started their company in the rural area. If they are starting the company in the urban area, they won't get any subsidy or incentive from the government. If you are starting the company in a rural area, you can get a subsidy incentive from the government. So that's why in the overall development and locality. Hmm. Then provide jobs. Yes, you have to provide jobs to your community people. Then promotion of small scale and ancillary industries. So you know very well that SIPCO, State Industries and Development Corporation, SIPCO, State Industries Promotion Corporation. So you must know that. So with the help of that, you can promote small scale and ancillary industries. With the help of a SIPCO and with the help of a SIPCO, you can promote a small scale and ancillary industries and promotion of education and literacy. So you have to educate your community and you have to literate your community. So this is also social responsibility. Then to the government. So government means you have to comply all government regulations, all legal requirements. So you have to go with the regulation. There should not be any deviation because they are heading ourselves. They are heading ourselves. So we have to comply. We have to comply the government regulation and we have to comply the legal requirements. So that's very important. And paying taxes honestly. So you have to pay your taxes honestly without deceiving the government. Government வந்து எதுவும் deceive பண்ணாம ஏமாத்தாம if you are paying the taxes it should be well and good. So you have to pay taxes. You should not deceive the government by means of non paying the taxes. You have to pay taxes honestly and executing the government contracts. So if you are executing the government contract automatically it will be one of the plus point with respect to the social welfare and making service of the executive available for the government. So you have to check it out whether the service of the executives are available for government or not. So that should be done. And willing working as a willing partner with the government. So working as a willing partner means yes, I am responsible to improve my society. So likewise, if you are approaching your worker, automatically he will show their willingness with the government. So that's very important thing. Okay. So this all with respect to the social responsibility, right? So this is with respect to the first unit. So I have touched the entire topic. I think so. So again, remaining you are having a half an hour to go. So I am revising the entire topic in a brief manner. Okay. So I have taken this topic in the today's first class. So I am just revising the topic. Okay. So tomorrow we will have a second unit and third unit off, right? So now because this unit that is the first unit is a vast unit and I have to take um, um, I have to take the entire topic with respect to the first unit. So it's very important. So that's why I've taken first 1.5, then 1 hour, Now I am taking again 1 hour. So 4 periods. I am taking 4 hours to complete the first unit. So actually speaking, if I take the classes by MBA students, it's not enough. It's not enough. So I have to take another 4 or 5 hours to complete this entire one unit. So uh, so due to online classes, it is easy for me to complete the syllabus with 4 hours for to complete the first unit. So okay, now the introduction to management. So who are managers? I already told you each and every organization is having their own goals, so their own vision, own mission, policies, procedures, objectives, and goals. So, in order to achieve the organizational goals, the work activities of employees should be coordinated, and someone they have to work for that, and they have to coordinate the activities of employees, and after coordinating the working of the employee, they have to achieve the organizational goal. So organizational goals are there, organizational goals are there, and each and every organization should achieve that organizational goal. So how to achieve the organizational goal? By means of coordinating the employees activities in a particular organization. So this is the role of manager. Here you must have the clear distinction between the manager and the non-managerial employees. Then here, who are all the manager? So a manager title, we are having a first line manager, middle manager, and the top level manager. So first line manager, I already told you, the those who are working at the shop floor, those who are working with non-managerial employees. So that employee will be called as the first level manager, first level employees. So simply we can call it as the superior supervisor, then the team leader. So these people will be called as a first line manager. So the sales rep and employees working in a shop floor, they will be called as non-managerial employees. So the first line manager, they will be called as the directly involved in production and creation of organizational products. So that's why this thing will be called as a first line manager or shop floor management manager. Second one is a middle manager. So middle manager, they have to act as a link between the first line manager and the top level manager. So that is a middle level manager's duty. Then the top level manager, what the top level manager should do, they have to take organization wide decisions. They have to establish the plans. They have to establish the goals. In not if their plans is perfect, no problem. If the plan is not perfect, it will affect the entire organization. So that is their responsibility. That is the top level manager responsibility. Then organization level, top level manager, middle level manager, first line manager, and the non-managerial employees. So the first line manager will look after the non-managerial employees. The middle level manager will look after the first line, and the top level manager will look after the middle level. So it's all the levels, organization level is all the organizational hierarchy, the flow of authority. Suppose if the top level management was to communicate anything to non-managed employee, it should be flow through middle, first line, and then the non-managed employee. So there should not be any bypass in the that is what to say. There should not be any bypass of authority from top level to non-managed employee. It should be flow in a proper direction. So the top level manager, they will give certain instruction to middle level manager, they will give instruction to first line manager, they will give instruction to the non-managed employee. So that's very important. So this is organization level. And what is management? What is management? So simply I can tell you, management is the art of getting things done through others. So that is management. But here they are giving different meaning for that. So it is correct. The thing is, the manager should coordinate all the work performed by the particular employees working in a particular organization, and everything should be coordinated efficiently and effectively. So that's very important thing. So the work activities should be coordinated. The work activities should be coordinated, and everything should be completed efficiently and effectively with the and through other people. So that is management. So here you're having four elements. One is process. The second one is coordinating. Third one efficiency. Fourth one effectiveness. So process represents ongoing functions or primary activity engaged in by manager. These are ongoing functions. You should not stop the process. You should not stop the process. These are ongoing function engaged in by managers. The second one is coordination. Coordination means distinguishes a manager position from a non-managerial one. So coordination, you have to distinguish the managerial position from non-managerial one. So then only they can coordinate. Otherwise, they cannot coordinate. Efficiency. Efficiency means doing right things. Effectiveness means doing thing right. Sorry. Efficiency means doing things right. Effectiveness means doing the right things. That's all. That's all about efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency, getting the maximum output from the least amount of inputs. So you are going to convert least amount of inputs into maximum output. So that will be called as efficiency. So effectiveness means complete the activities so that the organization goals are achieved. Completing the activities so that organizational goals are attained. So that is efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency and effectiveness in management course. So efficiency is a means, effectiveness is a ends. So efficiency means resource usage, effectiveness ends with goal attainment. For example, I am speaking. For example, if you are working in a particular organization and you are producing the product, if you are wasting that particular product on a huge way, automatically you won't be called as a employee for a particular organization. You will be chucked out from the organization. So the resource should be used with the low wastage, and you have to attain the goal in a attain the goal in a maximum way. So the management always expect this kind of practice: low resource waste and high goal attainment. So that is efficiency, effectiveness in management. And what the managers do. So this all the functions you have in your syllabus. Management functions. So planning, organizing, leading, controlling. So planning means I already told you that planning means deciding in advance what you are going to do in near future. So that will be called as a planning. So here they are giving certain definition for that, defining goals, establishing strategies for achieve the goals, and developing the plan to integrate and coordinate the activities. So the goals should be defined, and after defining the goals, the strategy should be established to achieve the goals. After establishing the strategy, you have to develop the plan to integrate and coordinate the activities. So that will be called as a planning. Again, organizing. Organizing means what task are to be performed, who is going to perform a task, how the task to be grouped, who reports to whom, and how the decisions should be made. So everything with respect to the organizing. And the leading. Leading means you have to lead your employee by means of directing, by means of motivating all the involved parties, and you can deal with the employee behavioral issues. You have to deal with the employee behavioral issues. If the employee behave in a positive way, well and good. If the employees behave in a negative way, you have to lead. You have to lead in the sense you have to direct and you have to motivate all the involved parties. You should not mislead the particular individual opposite to the organization. And controlling means benchmark will be set. Based on the benchmark, the employee performance will be there. If the employee performance is not up to the benchmark, we have to take a corrective measures. So that will be called as a controlling and management functions and process. So management process set of ongoing basis and work activity in which manager engage as a plan, organize, lead and control. It's an ongoing process. You should not stop there. It's a continuous process. It should be a continuous process. Then management role, interpersonal role, informational role, decision role. Interpersonal role means we must have good interpersonal skills with the manager. Actually speaking, manager is also a human being, and the manager should have a good interpersonal skill with the other people. That's very important. We people are just a human being. That's all. Uh, we must have a good interpersonal skill. How the things should be done. So with the help of an interpersonal skill only, you can do wonders in this world. We must have a good interpersonal skill. We have to involve the people and duties that are ceremonial and symbolic in nature. Sometimes you may see in marriage function if we are seeing a Sumangali lady, automatically it will prove that uh, what to say, you can maintain a good interpersonal relationship. So likewise in a company, you have to involve the people, and you have to ask the duties to be performed, and it will be for ceremonial and symbolic in nature. That's very important. Then information, you have to receive the information, you have to collect the information, and you have to disseminate the information. If you are not disseminate the information, automatically it is not correct. You have to disseminate the information. And decisional means you are having n number of alternative. Based on the alternative, you have to take a decision. So that's very important. Then skills of a manager. Manager skills. One is technical skill, human skill, conceptual skill. Technical skill means if you are expertise in a particular field, it will be called as a technical skill. Human skill means how you move along with others. So that will be called as human skills. Conceptual skill means there are certain situations, and that situation may be complex. In that particular situation, you must have the ability to think, and you have to act based on the situation. So that will be called as a conceptual skill. So you have to see the organization as a whole, and you have to understand the relationship, and you have to understand the relationship among subunits, visualize how the organization fits into the broader environment. So it's all with respect to the conceptual skill. So again, the picture is there. So you just see the color, the level of importance. So for top level management, they have to give importance for conceptual skill, right? For middle level management, they have to give importance for conceptual, human, and technical. For low level management, they have to give importance for technical skill. And managing system. So system, you know very well that, and you may call a computer as a system. So why the computer as a system means because it is having, that is the computer is having interrelated and interdependent parts, and it is arranged in a perfect manner. So that's why it will be called as a system. So likewise the organization is a system. So it should be a set of interrelated and interdependent parts. So everyone, that is the production department, should be interrelated with the marketing. Marketing should be interrelated with the finance. Finance with the interrelated with the HR. Likewise, every department is interrelated and interdependent with each other. So that's why it will be called as a system. And the system may be classified into two. One is a closed system. The other one is a open system. Closed system means the system cannot be influenced by environment. Open system means they have to interact with the environment. So that is managing as a system. And organization as a open system. So you're having inputs and you're having outputs. So between these two, you're having a transformation. So you have to convert the inputs into outputs with the help of a transformation, and you must have a good interaction with the environment. So that's very important. You must have good interaction with the environment. So if you're having good interaction with the environment, automatically it will be called as a open system. So, okay, what the manager should do? So, he has to coordinate various work activity. He has to ensure that interdependent parts work together, whether the interdependent parts work together or not. And he has to recognize and understand the importance of various external factors. So, everything should be taken care by the manager. So, based on that, the decisions and actions should be carried out, right? And I already told you that management is a universality concept. It is applicable in all types. It is applicable in all sizes. It is applicable at all organizational level, all work areas. So everything will be applicable, and that's why it will be called as a universality concept. Universality concept means it is applicable in all areas or all level and in all types. So everywhere else you can find the management concept. So that is the universality of management. So you just see this picture. So from small to large, management is needed. From profit to non-profit, management is needed. And for organization level, bottom to top organization level, so there is um, management is needed. And organization area, either it may be manufacturing, or it may be marketing, or it may be human resources, or it may be accounting information system. So everywhere else the management is needed. Okay, and the reality of work, most people have some manager responsibility. Most people work for manager. So what are the challenges of being a manager? Being a manager is not an easy task. It is a hard task, hard work. So they have to deal with the varieties of personality. They have to deal with the varieties of personality, and they have to motivate the worker in the face of uncertainty. So even though if there is any uncertainty, you have to you have to motivate the worker to face uncertainty. Rewards of being a manager. Rewards. What are the rewards that a manager is going to get? Going to get. Create an environment that allows others to do their best work. So you have to create an environment that allows the worker to do the best work. Then provide opportunities to think creatively. So you have to provide opportunities and you have to think creatively. Then help others to find meaning and fulfillment. Meet and work with a variety of people. So if you are a manager for a particular organization, you have to meet and work with the varieties of people in this society. So this all the rewards of being a manager. Okay, this is the with respect to first topic. Second, hmm, evolution of management theory. First one is scientific management theory. Modern management began in the late 19th century. So in that 19th century, organizations were seeking ways to better satisfy the customer needs. So only in the scientific management theory, the organization were seeking the ways to satisfy the customer needs. So machinery was changing the way the goods produced. Manager had to increase the efficiency of workers' taskness. So they have to increase, that is the manager, they had to increase the efficiency worker taskness, worker work mix. So which work has to be performed by which worker. So if you are finding out automatically, you can increase the efficiency. So the this was the contributions given in scientific management theory. Then job specialization. Job specialization means if you are doing the craft work, Each worker did all job. While in case of factory, only they will do only the specific job. Then Smith found that factory method had much higher productivity. Each worker became very skilled at one specific task. So each and every worker they will be specialized in one task and they may not be specialized in a particular task. Then breaking out total job allowed for division of labor. So breaking down the total job allowed for division of labor. So if you want to divide, that is, if you want to allocate the work to the labor, labor should be divided and the task should be uh, break up. The task should be breakdown. So then only you can allocate the work for the expertise in a particular field. Then evolution of management theory, organizational environment, management science, behavioral management, administrative management, scientific management. This is all the evolution of management theory. So scientific management, I already told you that it was coined by Frederick Winslow Taylor in the year 1800s. The systematic study of relationship between the people and the task to redesign work for higher efficiency. Systematic study of relationship between people and task to redesign work for higher productivity. Okay. Then the four principles to increase efficiency. The first principle is study the way the job is performed. So how the job is to be performed, you have to study the work, how the job is to be performed. So if you are study how the job is to be performed, uh, uh, study the way the job is to perform. If you are determine the uh, ways to determine the jobs to perform, so that is important thing. Then codify the new method into rule. So you have to teach to all the worker. So then only you can increase the efficiency and select worker whose skills and match the rules set. So you have to select a worker whose skills are matched. For example, if I expert in a particular job, I have to be selected for that particular work alone. I should not be for a different set of work. Then establish fair level of performance. Fair level of performance in the sense I have to establish. So this is the level of performance that I am establishing. So I have to work for that. So these are the four principles to increase the efficiency. Then problems of scientific management. Then Gilbert administrative management. So administrative management here the formal system of organization. So if you are seeing the formal system of organization, everything should be rules should be written. There should be hierarchy of authority. There should be fair evaluation and reward. There should be a system of a task relationship. So everything will be in a clear cut way. So that is very important thing and key points of bureaucracy. Then FIAL's principle, division of work, authority and responsibility. So division of work means that the work should be divided based on the specialization, authority and responsibility. Authority and responsibility means you have to take that is you have to pass orders to your subordinates. If you want to pass orders to a subordinates, you must have authority. So if you're having authority, automatically responsibility flows in your hand. The unit of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to group interest, memorization of personal, centralization, carriage in order, equity, stability of tenure of personal, general interest to over group interest, respect the corps. So it is all with respect to FIAL principles of management. Then you can see Douglas theory X and Y. Theory X means the worker is very lazy and he don't wants to work in a particular organization. At that situation, the manager must closely supervise and control with reward and punishment. So that is theory X. While in case of theory Y, the worker are not lazy. They likes to work in a particular organization. They don't want any supervisor to closely supervise. They themselves will work. So that is theory Y. Uh, so this is a clear cut difference between the theory X and theory Y. Theory X means employees is lazy. Theory Y, employees is not lazy. Theory X, manager must closely supervise. Theory Y must create worker setting to build the initiative. Then theory X create strict rules and define the stimulus. While in case of theory Y, provide authority to workers. So this is theory X and theory Y. While in case of theory Y, it is a combination of theory X and theory Y. So that is a combination of theory A Z. Then management science, contingency theory, structures, and all. Then management by objective. Simply, I can tell you, both the employees as well as the manager, they sit together. Uh, Both the employees as well as the superior, they come together, they identify the common goals, they set the goals to be achieved, and what standard that should be taken to measure the performance, and what the course of action that should be decided. So everything will be framed by both the employees as well as the superior. So that's why it will be called as management by objective. Management by objective means both the employees as well as the superior, they sit together and they frame the objective, they frame the goals, they frame the goals to be achieved, and the standards for performance measurement. So the everything will be decided by both the management, both the superior as well as the employees. So this thing will be called as management by objective. In that we are having n number of points, and management by exception. So management by exception means you just listen. Management by exception means there will be some planned results and there will be some actual results. So normally we are expecting our actual results should match with the planned results. If the actual results is not meet with the planned results, there is certain discrepancy. So we have to find out that discrepancy and we have to take a corrective measures. So that will be called as management by exceptions, right? Then and the last one, social responsibility. So the organization, it exists, it exists in the, what to say, in the society, and the organization should be responsible to the society. The organization should be responsible to the society. They have to do something for the society. For example, the schools as well as the colleges, they have an NCC, NSS, or YRC, RRC, like that. So with the help of that, they have to do something for the society. So that will be called as a CSR, that is corporate social responsibility. So So obligations and commitment of manager to take steps for protecting, improving the society's welfare. So we have to improve the welfare of the society, and as well as we have to protect our own interests. So that will be called as a social responsibility. Social responsibility business. So the business should be responsible to employees, the business should be responsible to owner, the business should be responsible to community, business should be responsible to customer, and the business should be responsible to government. So this is with respect to the social responsibilities of business. So here how the business should be responsible to owners, to employees, to consumer, to community, and to the government. So this is the social responsibilities of business. So I think I have touched the maximum content in your syllabus. Okay. So with this we will stop. So we will discuss the tomorrow the second unit as well as the third unit of portion. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.